The Evil Dead. Sam Raimi's first major film he's done, besides the student film, the prototype of this film, Within the Woods. Now, The Evil Dead is more so a cabin. It's more so a cabin demon horror story, which is this is the last of the three films I've seen in the Evil Dead trilogy. First, I've seen my things all like backwards. First, I've seen Army of Darkness, then I saw Evil Dead 2, then I saw this one, The Evil Dead. And how it stacks up? Well, it's basically I don't want to say prototype, but a first stab at the Evil Dead universe, and before he even thought of the idea of creating a universe. But this is it's a good film, technical standpoint, and how characters are in here, very much so in the beginnings of the horror movie characters of caricatures, archetypes. We have the hero, we have the smartass, we have the, I don't want to say slutty girl, but we have the more promiscuous girl, we have the good girl, and we have the shy girl. All these kind of just things tied together. And if you've seen the backwards order that I've seen them, you'll know who's going to survive and who's going to die. Is it scary? It does play up what you don't see scares you. I love that idea. We get a POV shot, the point of view shot of the demon, the Deadites, these Norse unknown old one demons. We have the Necronomicon, but it's not called the Necronomicon. In this one, it's called Imbenturus something, but still borrows from the Necronomicon, source of Book of the Dead. Where it has all these secrets and incantations and things to it, but it's done in such a way it's quite scary, quite good, and quite horrifying of what you don't see, and what you do see is quite spectacular and shocking. The gore in here is pretty well good for the film. And even if you've seen the film and read the comic book adaptation, which was 20 years later, I think almost 30 years later, I read it, I liked it, gave more backstory on there, but that's a totally different review for another time. But in here, the film's own merit is quite good. It's terrifying to see such these things. I'm just not blowing smoke up Sam Raimi's ass because he's such a great director. This was his first major project, and you can see it. You can see it's a tad amateurish. No offense, but everybody grows and has a character arc. I mean, a skills arc in their career, and this was 30 years ago. But what you can see in here is a very young Ash in here, who's just college students that want to have fun and go to the cabin, have a nice weekend there, probably on their summer or spring break, one of those, and just enjoying themselves. Then just some tomfoolery and just basic curiosity turns them on a roll of hurt, and they unleash these demons which have the license to possess the living, and just shit like that. The wording and how they string words together in here is quite bone-chilling and really gets you. I like that. It's very Lovecraftian. The demons are the old ones, the old ones. It's just has that facade, has that misty facade of just unknown, and what we don't understand, what we don't know, is what we fear, and it pulls it off quite well. The ending in here is no big surprise. It continues off in Evil Dead 2, kind of a restart, reboot, kind of like how the Incredible Hulk was, just it kind of shows the first beginning parts, the segments, what kind of recaps, then we get to the real, we get through the vegetables, then we get into the meat and potatoes of the real story, of the real journey. kind of. We have a bigger budget. We have things we can do. We can blah 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 blah. It just gets on. It gets better from there. And the claymation effects on here are quite good and quite fascinating. And later film, this was supposed to be a straight up horror movie. The next film, I think upon viewing this film, they seen that we can make it unique, we can make it different, because some of the parts did seem funny, because Ash is like bubbling around like a fool, he doesn't know what to do. In the second film, reboot kind of quasi thing, there's been kind of a joke that he takes his new girlfriend back to the same cabin where all shit began. It's like, oh man, he's a dick. But no, it's a reboot thing. But I kind of like the idea that I kind of like fused two of them together. Like it was him and his girlfriends, and his friends just got. It increases a bigger body count, so it makes it more devastating. You know, it's more of a fantastical, epic event of horrible things that happened to Ash in his past. So Evil Dead 1. Pretty good, check it out. Die Hard fan, you'll like this, but I know more the casual fans know these next two films far better than this one, so yeah. Join us.